Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to a new playthrough. And you can see we have something new on the table. We're in the middle of our Darkest Night playthrough, which by the way is complete. I just need to edit the videos and get them out. But in the meantime, we're moving on to something else. And this time, as you saw, it's going to be Sanctum, a game designed by Philip Neduk, N-E-D-U-K, and by Czech Games Edition. And it's pretty cool. I did not get a copy that's provided to me. I ordered it and then found a different way to get it. Ended up with two. So I'm going to give the other one away. So that's the first thing I want to tell you before we get into this game is I'm going to give one of them away. And how I'm going to do that is in each episode I'm going to drop a clue. And at the end of the series, everybody that can give me all the clues in a private message, actually not in public, will be entered to win that copy of the game Sanctum. Now, the only caveat I would have put on this is I am going to make it US only because right now it's really hard, and it may take me a while to ship it because of all the things going on in our world today with the bug that cannot be named and all that good stuff. But anyway, look for clues in every episode of this series until we complete it. And then at the end of the series, I will give away a copy of Sanctum, which, by the way, is a big, beautiful game, and I hope you enjoy it, whoever wins it. So all you have to do is watch, gather the clues, answer the clues at the end. You'll be entered to win. All good. All right, let's get on with the gameplay now. Now, I have this mainly set up already for a two-player game, but I want to walk you through the setup of this real quickly. So the first thing is the boards. Now, we have the two boards set up. Now this board, there's multiple parts to this game. We're going to be trekking along here as we head toward the city of Sanctum, and then we're going to have to fight the demon lord that has attacked the city. And to do that, we're going to be moving along this trail, and demons now are going to come out and chase us, and we can hide, we can stop to fight them, we can do a bunch of things, and you'll see how that goes. There are basically three actions in the game as we tool along there. There's move, fight, and rest, and each of them have different things. I'll show you how that works. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of people think that this game is complicated. It's actually not. It's just the way it's done. It's not in the most common game fashion, which makes it a little unique. And there are 4 players in the game. Today we're going to be playing with the archer and the slayer. There's also a dancer and I think a criminal or thief or something like that, a rogue. Can't remember the names of them. The huntress rather. We're going to be playing with the huntress and the slayer. The outlaw and the dancer we will not be playing with. And we're going to be playing a 2-player game. So what do we have set up here? Well, there's the first board. We play with board 1 and board 3 first in a 2-player game. And these stacks here are shuffled stacks of level 1, 2, and 3 demons. And we'll talk about that as we go along the map board, and you'll see how that plays out. I'm not going to go over everything right now. Now, again, we have certain simple turn actions that we do, and these are our 2 players. They're on the ship right now. They're getting ready to get off the ship and trek toward Sanctum in a big battle where they're going to gain experience, they're going to gain new abilities, and gain items. Okay, and the way it flows is actually quite logical. I'll talk through each of those segments, I think, as we do them, because that will be the best way to do it. We always know that the very first thing in the game is going to be a move action, so we're going to be able to show that right away. And then when we go to fight, we'll show that, and then we go to rest, we'll show that. But I want to talk about the character setup because it's probably the most complicated part of the game. Okay, and here we have the huntress. I'm going to tilt this just a little bit to see if I can get a little bit of the glare off. There we go. Here we have the huntress. Now, it's pretty logically laid out. This is her player board. There's nothing on this side yet except for her health token and her stamina and focus. These are the main stats that you need to manipulate in the game to be able to accomplish your tasks. Okay, you start the game, it shows you on there which ones you start with. These round ones, these round clear ones, are the stamina and focus tokens. They're not gems, though there are gems in the game, and I'll show you that. You also start with 2 dice. This is where their special abilities will go, and this is quite a big mat for a player, but it's important that you have all this up here because you'll see. So you start with 2 dice to begin with. You'll get more dice to fight with as you go along. And then if you look over here, you see all this complexity, and it's really not that complex. You're going to lay out your abilities. There's tiles and cards that have abilities on them. You're going to lay them down with level 1, 2, and 3 of each. So level 1 red, level 1 red, green, level 1 blue, and you're going to cascade them down. So, what is all this stuff on them? So let me just look at the level 1 ability, the level 1 red ability for the archer, or the huntress rather. You see that there's these 2 crystals. That's why there's 2 crystals on it, and you can see her symbol on here. So it's not that you're going to make a mistake and put the wrong thing in the wrong place. It really isn't. If she can clear this by moving these gems up to here, by killing red demons, or other methods, she will then get this ability and be able to get another stamina. Okay, it's that simple. I know, again, it looks complex, but it's not. Same with the ability cards. So she has to clear off this card, 2 green and 1 white gem, to be able to take the sharpshooter ability. Once she does that, she has it permanently, unless something weird happens. I don't think there's anything that takes the abilities away, though. Now, you don't have to do them in any order. Like, this is a level 3 ability. I can move these up to here first and make it much more difficult for me to get perfect fit because I want infinite quiver, right? I can do that, and it's perfectly logical to do. The problem is, as these gems go up here into this pile, we have to use the power of those gems and our levels to equip items. That's what all these slots are for. You can see you got 2 weapon slots, a helmet slot, an armor slot, foot, this is a special ability, and a trinket. Okay, really simple. And then you have some potions down here. Pretty cool stuff. It works really well. But if I don't clear these up to here, up into here, I can't equip those items. So that's something that you really have to pay attention to. So basically I laid this out. This one actually tells you to put this die on there. It's no big deal. So it's not like it's difficult. I've heard people say, oh, it's kind of complicated, it's difficult. It's really not. You lay it out the way it tells you. Why does this have a blue and a red stamina and focus token on it? Because it's right on the tile. So it's quite simple, and again, all her symbols are on here, and each character is laid out the same way. So it's pretty straightforward. That is, now when you set up your player board, you set it up just like this, as I showed you. Each one's a little different. The characters are asymmetrical. You also see that there's a die here on this angel symbol and a white token. The first time we equip an item, we get this die. And we can use this gem already. That's why there's one right there. Okay? And it's a clear gem, which means it can be used as either any of them, a green, a red, or a blue token on the item, right? So, also when you're clearing things out, you can always clear a white gem, a clear gem off in place of something else. So if I killed a red demon and I want to move red gem, I can move this white gem instead. Okay, not too difficult, right? Pretty straightforward. I hope I explained that well enough to you, because it's really the puzzle part of the game, which is neat, okay? Same thing we have with the Slayer. You can see, though, that he has 3 stamina and 2 focus instead. He's a little tougher in the fight, and his abilities are laid out. Now, he has a very unique ability, and the thing I didn't show you on the Huntress's thing is this Rage token. Rage tokens can be flipped and used to set any die to a number you want, but they're not so easy to get back. We'll cover that later. The cool thing about one of the first abilities available to the Slayer is the ability to get a second frenzy token. He's the only one in the game that does that. It's pretty cool, right? I love it. Now, let's go back to another part of the board that we had to set up. I'll show you what that looks like and show you why we have it set up the way we do, and we'll talk through that. So basically, his setup's the same as the Huntress, but their abilities and how they're laid out are slightly different. However, very clear on how you do it. Talk about this part of the board. This is the second half, so Act 3. We'll skip to Act 3 in this because it's a 2-player game. You see right here we have a very special token. It fits right there on the side, and it's got 3 dice on it. The first time a player reaches that, then we get a boon from the gods and get an extra die each in the game. I don't know why I have 3 on there. It's not going to matter. We have a 2-player game. Okay, and I did the same thing up here. How funny. Okay, anyway, there's 2 dice on there. So that, when we progress up there, that's what we get. Now, every time we get to the end of a board, we're going to get a treasures, and then we're going to advance to the new board. You'll see how that works as well. Up here at the top, you see this is an achievement board, kind of like a video game, right, where you have achievements. And in a 2-player game, 3 of them, or 1 is removed from each of the boards. The first one has to do with attaining skills. So the first one to attain 3 skills is going to get that first blessing token. The blessing tokens are used at the end of the game to help fight the Demon Lord. Okay, so these achievements are really important. This token here says that if we have 2 + 2 gems, mean let's say two blue, 2 green, then we can take that. Even if we're using them on items, that doesn't matter, just as long as we've achieved them. And then here, it's items. So the first person to get 4 items gets this token. You notice that the 7 is skipped because that's part of the 2-player game, and the 10 is there. So we have these, and these mean that the first person to get that level also gets these. So whoever gets this level here, this one here, is going to get both those, and that's it. And then lastly, when we get to the final board, or board 5, we also get an additional 2 dice and that blessing right there, and that's how that works. So let's cover the turn, the first turn. We're just going to dive right into it because we've basically set up everything. I've kind of explained it to you. We're going to do a couple of rounds. You'll see how the game works, but we have one more bit of setup that we have to do. So I had already determined, now this is not a cooperative game. It is competitive, though it's cooperative in the sense that you can all lose. Semi-cooperative, I guess. Not really. You compete, someone wins. So it's really competitive. But you determine a first player. So when I laid out I just rolled to see which board would go up front because I'm going to keep it simple for myself. The Huntress is over here. Slayer's over here. Huntress is the first player. Okay. What does that mean? Well, when you're setting up, because there's kind of a disadvantage to going, especially in the beginning of the game, going later, there is a slight bit of additional setup when you're setting up the game, and it's based on the number of players, and it shows it right here. So what happens here is everybody gets a little bonus at the beginning, starting bonuses. In a 2-player game, the first player just gets 1 bonus, the second player gets 2 bonuses, and a potion. So we're going to take care of that right now. Now, how do we do that? You see I have these little cards out here. I'm going to shuffle them up, and this is for the Huntress, and I'll show you, this is going to show you exactly first how the gem system works in the game, because what this does is allow her to advance something. So let's see, we'll just do this one. So red 2, so let's take a look at that. That's the red 2 ability. You can see that this is the red 2 ability, right, or red 2 ability right here, rather, red line. And I get to move, because she drew that, I get to move one of the gems up 1. Now, even if you've completed an ability, let's say I'd already completed this, and I'm going to move a gem up, I still move it to this spot before I get to move it to here. So I think what we'll do, since we already have 2 reds here, we'll just take one of these and move it up to here. It makes it a little harder to get this first ability, but we had to do that anyway, and I think it'll be easier to move a white and 2 reds rather than 3 reds. So that was it for her. That's all she gets. So now we get to do the same thing for the Slayer, but he gets to do it twice, and he gets a potion because he's the second player on the board. And I don't know, it seems like that's a pretty big bonus, but it doesn't seem like it's that big of an advantage, but I guess it is. All right, so the designers know better than I do, so we're just shuffling through this. I'm going to pick another one out. What do we get? Okay, I know I shuffled it, but that came out the same, so let's just make sure it's different. We're going to get 2 of them. Okay, red 3, and we'll just cut again, and we'll get this one. Blue 3. Okay, so 2 3s. He's going to get 2 3s, right? So let's take a look at this. Red 3's right here. I think we're going to move a red one up to here. Red, white, and blue. The American way. And then we have blue 3, which is down here. We're going to move, we don't really have much of an option. We're just going to move one of these blue ones up to there, and that's that. That's it. Now, he also gets a potion. Now, when you get a random potion, the potions are 2-sided. And you're going to flip them like a coin, because you can have either a focus potion or a stamina potion. It allows you to recover 1 each. We'll show you how that works later, but we're going to flip that. And he got a health potion, so a stamina potion right there. And that means these cards are done, and our initial setup is actually complete. Okay. One thing that's quite handy is each board also has a separate thing that shows all the abilities of that character, but equally important is the turn order on the other side. So we're going to start with our first turn, and it's going to be the Huntress. She's going first. You see that it says Advance, Reveal Demons, Take Demons, and Treasure Chest. We'll worry about Treasure Chests later. We're only going to deal with these 3 things right here, and I'm going to show them to you right now. Okay, so the first thing that happens is, remember, the first turn of the game, you have to take a move action. There's no option. So here is the really nice miniature for our Huntress. She is going to pop in here, and you can see here that there's 2 symbols. Well, in this one, these first starting boards always have a different symbol on them. It says 5, and it has 2. Well, let's take a look at something. That symbol matches the symbol on the level 1 demons. So it says, what this says is we're going to make 5 pairs on this board of level 1 demons. So we're going to take this deck here, And we're going to just deal them out. Now, you always know what's on top. This shows you what item it's going to give you too. Shows you what gem you're going to get. So you're going to get a red gem and some kind of helmet from this guy, right? But we're going to put out 5 pairs. So there's 1 pair, 2 red demons that both requires 4. That's kind of bad. We're going to put out another pair. It doesn't really matter where you put them out. It's just for show. A 2 and a 4, and both of those are going to give you weapons. That's kind of weird, but it works. And then we're going to have our 3rd pair. We'll put that 3rd pair, let's see, right here. It is a blue and a red demon. And you can see that one gives armor, one gives a weapon. That's a pretty good one right there. And then lastly, we have a green, we'll put them right here, a green and a blue demon. Okay, and that is where we're starting. All right, now, so we advanced by placing our character on the spot. The next thing that we have to do is we have to reveal demons. We've done that. So in this case, we revealed 5 level 1 demons pairs. Okay. Wait, we only have 4 out there, don't we? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got to put out 1 more. Sorry, it's supposed to be 5. So we'll put out 1 more. Let's move these guys down just a little bit right here. We'll put out another pair right there. 2 blues with a 4 and a 5. Well, then the next thing we do is we have to take demons. Now that means that as we've come running into the port here, some demons have spotted us and they're chasing us, right? And I can tell you which one I like already for her. I like this pair right here. Okay, this pair is going to give us armor and a weapon when we kill them, and it's also going to give us a blue and a red gem. It's also got a good spread, a 1 or a 5. That's what we have to roll on our dice to be able to destroy them. So what we do is we take these 2 fine fellows and we put them right here. They're on our board. They are chasing us. They are ours to kill. That's the entire event right there. So that was her turn. Her first turn was a move action. Okay. She advanced, she revealed demons, she took demons. As I said, this is not as difficult as you think, and there's only 3 actions you can get. Next up, our Slayer is going to go, and this is interesting because you can see that when he goes here, so he can't, movement always goes to the first empty space after the lead player. So for example, if he was up here and she moves, she will move all the way to here. But since the very next space is empty, he will move there. Really straightforward. And it says to reveal another pair of level 1 demons. So we're going to get these 2 guys, a blue and a green. And we'll just put them right here. And then he too has to decide on which ones to take. I kind of like that blue and the green right there, but he's kind of a beast with reds. So I'm concerned about these guys because there's 2 4s. But can he risk it for a biscuit? We always have our rage ability, which allows us to alter dice automatically. And I think we're going to do that because this is going to give us a helmet and a trinket. That's pretty good. He's going to take these 2 red demons, and they will go here. It really doesn't matter what order they go in on the board. You got to kill them both anyway. And you can kill them in any order you want. But they go on his board just like that. Now, if this was a 3 or 4 player game, players would continue to populate these spaces and populate demons. You notice that the symbol changes right here, meaning we start to put out level 2 demons. It's pretty tough. It's good stuff, right? But now we have a choice to make. This is our second action, right? It's pretty cool. So in our second action, the Huntress can move still. She can move again and collect more demons. She can do that. That's fine. She can fight or she can rest. There's no point in resting right now because resting allows you to regain your stamina and your focus and adjust your equipment around and also equip new equipment. No point in doing that right now. I think what we're going to do though is demonstrate a fight. So as you can see, before a fight we can use a potion before rolling. We don't have any potions. It's our first fight. We don't have any damage. We don't have anything that we can recover. Don't need to do anything. Then we're going to roll our dice. Now currently we have 2 dice, so we're going to roll those, and she needs on those demons a 1 and a 5. So we got a 3 and a 6. Well, that doesn't work, does it? So now we're going to attack. Now is when we get to use our stuff. So let's go take a look at how she's going to do this. Now if she fails to kill both these demons, they're going to attack her back and she has to block. Hopefully we won't have to see that. So again, she needs a 1 and a 5. She's got a 3 and a 6. Sounds problematic, right? But even at this early stage, we have cool abilities. So how do we get a 3 to be a 5 and a 6 to be a 1, for example? We can do that. Now, they don't wrap around, so I can't use this +1 here to turn this into 1. It doesn't work that way. It's a 6, right? But what we can do is we can take a focus, and she has a basic bow, right? The basic bow gives her +2 to a die roll. So we do that. This is now a 5. And we can take out this demon here. Now, there's no way on her board to make a 6 at this point. But we do have our rage token. And while I hate to use it this early on, we're going to. So she's going to spend that. That means she can turn this to whatever she wants. Not just a 1, but whatever she wants. And we killed both of our demons. Now, it says in the game that the best way to do that is to do them one at a time. So we'll say we killed this guy. This red guy is going to give her 1 red gem, and I think I know what we're going to do there. We will move one of these red gems up because I kind of want to get the extra bonus here. Since we got a blue, we can take this one right off the bat. This is going to be cool. And so then, now that we've done that, we've moved this gem up into here. We're going to flip this over because this also allows her to equip this item when we rest. Soldier's Plate. This is better than her basic armor, so that is a good news for us. Requires 1 gem to fuel. It does take 2 stamina to use, but it gives us 3 blocks, 3 damage blocks, as opposed to 2 on her basic items. So that's just in her backpack. She is not wearing it yet. Okay, then we took out this other skeletal demon. It's going to give us a blue gem. Well, let's get it going. This may not be the optimal move, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to do this, and we're going to have, now we have a white, red, and blue gem. However, we uncovered this first level ability, and it says red gems in your gem pool may be used as stamina. Blue gems in your gem pool may be used as focus. That's in your pool. Okay, so let's see how this works. Now this means, this is an ability that goes into one of her ability slots. So let's take a look at that. So already in her first fight, we're rewarded. We get this ability, and we can take a look on her card. It tells you a little more details. Like that might seem like that's a little confusing. So we recommend immediately moving all red and blue gems in your gem pool to your stamina and focus pool. They still count as gems in your gem pool. Gems equipping items cannot be moved until you rest. Treat red and blue gems exactly as you treat stamina and focus tokens. They can even be lost to card effects in the final battle. The skill does not use white gems. Now, since we can't equip anyway, we're going to see first, before we make that decision, what the item is that's here. It is a Bardiche. This is pretty flexible. Okay, it only requires 1 blue gem to fuel. We have a white gem, so we can still do this. It gives you the ability to put a stamina or a focus on a +1, a focus on a +2, and any gem, focus or stamina on a +3, not gem, stamina or focus tokens. Now, the cool thing about that is that you only get to use the abilities once. Like this is covered, so until we rest, we can't recover that ability, right? So this goes in here. You can see the flexibility of the Bardiche though, because it gives us a +1, +2, +3. We can use all of them using focus. But I agree with the game. It says to take 1 of each and put it in your pool, so we're going to do that. That gives her a 3rd one there and a 3rd one there. And that is how that ability Surge works. She surged and got some additional power into her stuff. Pretty cool. I like it. We're done. All right, let's move on to our big barbarian, the Slayer. First, let's finish talking about the attack. So we did this part. We successfully killed both the demons. That means the block part we didn't have to do. Okay. Because we killed them both, if there was a demon left over, we would have to block the damage. Now, what is the damage? I'll show you one of her cards. It is this right here. So a level 1 demon does 1 point of damage. Okay, real simple. Level 2s do 2, level 3s do 4. So it gets pretty nasty. But we didn't have to block any because we killed them both. Then you gain levels and items. I showed you that. We advanced the gems that she got, and we flipped those cards over to see what items were. Then what we get, and then we check for achievements. Well, she doesn't have any achievements yet. She's got 1 of each. If she gets another red and blue, she will make that gem achievement, but she hasn't done it yet. And that is the fight action. So let's go on to our barbarian now, our Slayer. Well, now he doesn't want to be undone, but he doesn't have to fight either. What he's going to do is he's going to take another move action. So he's going to move up here. We're going to put out another pair of demons. So we have a blue demon with armor. We'll put him right here, and a red demon with a helmet. And I think what he's going to do, he's already got a couple of red demons, but he could use some green and some blue demons. So we're going to take these 2 right here. These 2 give us an armor potentially and a trinket. Those are very good. That does mean when he goes, he's going to have to put up a big fight because he's got more critters than he has dice. But he's also got defense. So if he can kill 2 of them, he can probably stop the damage from the other 2. and then we can get some bonuses going, get some items and equipment in play, get some new abilities, right? So since he moved and took new demons, that's it. That's his entire turn. So just like this, just like this ability here, and we haven't dealt with treasure chest yet because we don't have to. We advanced by moving him up one more. Now remember, he only moved one because there's no one in front of him already. We revealed demons. We did that. He took a pair of demons, and then that's it for the turn. So that's all we have to do with him. He's getting ready for a big battle. Now, we could rest with our Huntress right now, but we're not going to. And one of the reasons being is because the last spot that we can put out, well, it doesn't matter. We could take all these other ones. But the last spot to put out 2 level 1 demons is right there. So she's going to move. Now remember, he's up here, so we always move one ahead of the lead player. So she moves there, and remember, that's an advance, and then we're going to reveal demons. So 2 more level 1 demons go out. We've got a green and a blue, and they're going to require 3 to 6, and it's a helmet and a piece of armor. Well, she already has armor, and she already has weapons. So I think what she's going to do is, and she could use moving some green and potentially blue gems, so I think what we're going to do is take these 2 right here to take demons. So this one's going to give her a trinket, and this one's going to give her some footwear. So she took those 2 there in her play area now, and she will have to fight them at some point. Okay, end of her turn. So now you can see, now when you get to the phase where you're fighting the demon, it gets a little more complicated, but I think you get an idea of how actually simple this game is in reality and how it plays. It's very, very good. Okay, next we're going back to the Slayer. The Slayer's going to fight. Now, before he rolls, he can make a choice of spending potions to recover some things, but he doesn't need to. Even though he's got a stamina potion, he's full up. He's completely healthy. He doesn't need to do anything. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll his dice. We've got a 5 and a 2. Well, the 5 actually is good. We can manage that. And then, yeah, I think we're going to get something good out of this. So we're going to take the 5 and we're going to kill this level 1 demon here. And then we're going to take this 2. We're going to spend a stamina, and we're going to, or a focus rather. We're going to focus our axe attack and get a +1, moving that to a 3, which will kill that demon right there. We didn't even need to use our rage, which is cool because rage is a little harder to get back. The only way what you have to do to get it back is you have to have a demon that you didn't kill on your board and have a dice left over, meaning you couldn't place it. You can see already that's probably a little more challenging than you might expect. But we did manage to kill these demons, so we're going to go to the next phase of the attack, which is block. Okay, we do have to block. So we attack these guys, we kill them, but we have to block these 2 guys. Okay, they're going to do 2 damage each. Now, where can we stop that? Well, we have a choice. I think we're going to take 2 red gems. Now, we could spend 1 and just take a hit, but we don't want to take any damage. Damage actually equates to victory at the end of the game. The more health you have, the better, the more chances you have of winning. Okay, it is directly your victory points. So we're going to spend 2 of our stamina to block both of these, and we have succeeded. Okay, so he blocked him with his van braces or his armor or whatever. It bounced off the armor. Now the problem with that is you notice that it used 2 of our gems. So if I use this potion to recover this gem next turn, I still can't use this because I still have a gem covering it. I have to recover both to be able to do that. So we successfully blocked. Okay, now we're going to go to gain levels and items. Okay, so we're going to start with this guy. He gives us a blue gem, so we're going to move a blue gem, and I think what we're going to do is we want this frenzy card, so we're going to move this one up, and then we get to move a green gem. Now we can always move white gems, but why do that? We're just going to move this green gem up. That's fantastic. So we just accomplished this ability. Now once you've succeeded at these little tile abilities, you just take them off the board and put them to the side. It allows you to count how much stamina you have later on, but we know that this gave us a point of stamina, so we're just going to put that aside, and we're going to put this in his stamina pool. Then we're going to see what items he got. He got a emerald wristband, which gives us a stamina. God, I like that. That's really useful to us. And a royal mantle. So for a red, oh, this is pretty cool. We can change a die. This is really interesting. We can change a die to a 4 by placing a blue, a focus. We can use a purple, meaning focus or stamina, to get a defense. And we can use a red for a defense. This really isn't a kind of item for him, but it's better than a sharp stick in the eye, and it actually gives him some better abilities on defense, because currently he just has 1 red defense on his torso. So that's not such a bad move for him. But that's it. So his turn is complete. We then check achievements. He didn't earn any, and we're good. Okay, we'll do one more round, and then we'll call this episode a day and let you get on with it, and then you'll be ready for the next episode. So our Huntress isn't much of a risk taker. So I think she's going to stop and fight these guys instead of build up more. However, if she does take, it might give her better odds. She does, very much like the Slayer, have 3 stamina now because of her surge ability. So she's got some options. She could definitely block 2 hits here and 1 here, all in the same turn if we needed to. You also got that in an emergency. So I think what we'll do, let's move and see what we get. Okay, she's going to move. Now, why is this important? Because now it's going to put out 1, and we already know what it's going to be. It's going to be this blue level 2 demon. 1 level 2 demon that's going to give her a helmet. You see it has a 2 and a 4. So she has to pick up demons. She can choose to pick up 2 level 1s, which might be what she does, because she needs reds and greens right now, or white and green. So I think what she's going to do, even though she already has armor in her inventory, I think she's going to take these 2. Because these 2, if she kills both the greens and has her white gem, she can get her sharpshooter ability up already as well, if she can pull all that off. So she moved and took those demons, and of course that was the advance, reveal demons, take demons, no treasure chest, end of turn for her. Now she's got 4 critters to fight. So we can stop and fight, or we can rest, or we can advance. Now my problem with advancing, or my problem with fighting right now, is he doesn't have a lot of defense. He'd have to kill both those guys. Can he do it? He's already got his +1 used. He does, however, have his rage token available to him. I'm not sure what I want to do with this. We could fight him off. We could. I don't think he's ready for a rest yet. So I think what he's going to do is move. He's doing that because he already knows what's going to come out on the board, because it's the top demon right there. So he's going to move all the way up to here. You can see we've almost completed the first board, and that is going to put out a single level 2 demon. Now, he doesn't have a weapon in his pool, so he's just going to take this guy as his take demons. So now he's got this guy here, and that is more than fine. So we're able to do a lot there. That is good. Okay, that is the end of his turn, and as we approach the end of the board, that is going to be the end of the episode. I think you get the idea how this plays out. You'll get to see how cool all these abilities and items start to work together with the synergy they have. This is a really slick game. It's not, and again, I don't know why people think it's complicated. It's actually not complicated. It is complicated in strategy and your ability to manipulate your stuff in the best way possible. Like, the biggest decisions you have are, do you advance and fight something? Do you advance and take more demons and get ahead of people? There's all these cool little things, right, that happen. And basically, as you go along, the other thing I haven't shown you yet is a rest action, which you will see in the next turn, where we get to recover stamina and focus and equip the stuff that we need, that we've gathered as we adventure, which is one of the other reasons I wanted the Huntress to be able to fight some more demons before she does rest, because I want her to be able to have some choices of items. It's really important. And so that's basically it for this episode, guys. I think you're getting the big picture of it. And that's that. Now, remember, I am giving this away, so don't forget that I am giving this away. I'm giving it away. I'm giving away a whole game of this. And if you want it, by all means, keep watching. I'm going to, at the end of this series, you will have collected the clues that you need to be able to enter your name in for winning this game. I'm going to give it away to someone in the United States, so that the shipping isn't outrageous and crazy like it is if you try to give it to somebody in a foreign country, which I've tried to do before. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. Anyway, and again, I did not get sponsored for this. This is not something that Czech Games Edition has given me. I actually purchased both of these, one by accident, and I'm going to give them to you. I wanted this game, so I was trying to hunt it down. I should have got it when I was at BGG Con. They were playing it on the board, and for some reason, I think because I had bought a couple other games that were kind of pricey, I just didn't do this one, and I should have, because it's really slick. Anyway, see you in the next episode, guys. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.